Hey guys, in today's video, we'll be talking about Crowne Crane Peppered Plum, coming right up. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you could join me for today's shave. This soap that we're using today and that we'll primarily be talking about was one I got back in November of 2021. I had used it, I believe, for a live shave, and you might have seen me take a photo on it if you follow me on Instagram. Quick plug for my Instagram. You can find me at latherhug, and we do giveaways, scent of the days, live shaves, a bunch of other extra content if you like what you see on this channel already. But going back to the soap, I have yet to feature it here on the YouTube channel, so we're going to rectify that. So we are using Crowne Crane Peppered Plum, and this has been an excellent scent. Great introduction to this company. I really wanted to use it today to show you guys because I think this is going to be a hit for a lot of you. But before we get more into the scent and all that good stuff, let me show you what else we're using for today's shave. For my razor today, we are going with the Henson Shaving AL13 Aggressive. I'm still testing out different blades in here to see what is the best pairing, and what I'm using today actually provided me a really good shave just a few days ago, and that is the Gillette Nacet, the one with the crocodile on it. It had a really good balance of sharpness and smoothness, and of the three blades I've tried in so far, this is the one to beat. So we still have more of my regular blades to try out, but I want to keep you guys updated, and if you haven't tried a Nacet in your Henson Aggressive, give it a try. For the brush today, we are using one from Wild West Brushworks, and you know guys, I love purple brushes. I think this is my first kind of mostly purple brush. I have this one and a Trotter Handcrafts that kind of occupy this space, but each kind of has its own unique characteristic. This one in particular has some more blue in it. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up or in the bathroom mirror. And the knot loaded in here, I believe, is a 26mm Maggard's SHD knot. So, the brush for today. And last but not least, we'll be finishing the shave with Paraiso Red Aftershave Splash. This is just a wonderful sandalwood scent, one I like to use for kind of my richer, warmer scents that I don't have matching post-shave products for. And today, I'm just kind of in the mood for some sandalwood, so Paraiso Red. Before we move on, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That way you won't miss out on any new videos to the channel. Alright, so for the sake of streamlining things, I want to do all the scent impressions, scent notes kind of all together as I'm lathering. So the tub, it's not the typical wide mouth jar. These are similar jars to if you used Katie's Bubbles old jars. They're a little taller and maybe a slightly more narrow, but I could still tub load. That's what I do, and it really wasn't too problematic. And as for the scent strength, you know, right out of the gate, right off the tub, it comes off quite strong, 6 or 7 out of 10, and remains strong even as I'm lathering. Also, let me share with you the official scent notes for Peppered Plum. So we have plum, black peppercorn, vanilla, rose, and patchouli. As I alluded to earlier, this is a rich, warm scent, really nice for cool weather. And as far as other scents that smell similar to it, I would say if you enjoy Ariana and Evan's Asian Plum, this is in that kind of category. It's not redundant to have both, but as far as what kind of scent, I think it kind of has that kind of like a dark fruit sweetness, vanilla. It's not listed, but I do get a little bit of a tobacco vibe from Peppered Plum. And that might just be a combination of other notes kind of give me that impression, but while I didn't do too much research on this ahead of time, just from the tub information I could see that Crowne Crane is based out of Georgia here in the US. This is a tallow-based soap, and while you can get refill pucks for I think 3 ounces, the tub here is a 5-ounce pour for $18 USD. They have quite the variety of scents, and while they don't have matching aftershave splashes, they do offer matching aftershave bombs. All right, so we are lathered and ready to go. I'm working with about 3 days worth of beard growth, and we're going in with the Henson AL13 Aggressive. Now hopefully you guys can hear that. Last time I talked about the AL13 Aggressive. It being a voiceover video, you couldn't hear the audio feedback of the razor. And there's quite a bit of nice audio feedback for those who like that quality in razors. I can pretty much go on autopilot with the Nacet blade, whereas the Arcade blade and the Astra blade, there's more blade feel present in those shaves, and had to be a little more careful. In fact, I had mentioned before that Astra blade, I kind of gave myself a few nicks and cuts, which is kind of unusual, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, because with this blade, with the Nacet, because with the Nacet pairing, again, I don't have to think about it too much. The Henson razor in general wants a specific angle, especially kind of with the, the flat top here, but it's very easy to find. I think when you find the right blade, you don't really have to overthink it. And I still have to put this razor and match it with my other regular blades, the ones I've bought, bulk quantities of. That includes Gillette Silver Blue, Pole Silver Super Iridium, Rapira Platinum Luxe. I'm not sure if I shared it on the channel, but recently I broke up with my feather blades. I had about 50 of those, and I just didn't find myself reaching for it. There are other blades I reach for much more often, and I don't know, it was just time to move on. Sometimes it's good to limit your options. I still have plenty of razor blade options, but feather just, I don't know, it didn't really make the cut, so those are gone. Also, as I'm kind of wrapping up this first pass, the scent, it's definitely a sweet scent. I want to make sure, those of you who might not like sweet scents, this is a sweet scent. That vanilla and kind of a sugary vanilla, definitely, it kind of comes to the forefront, where I would say initially it's more fruity. You're getting that kind of that plum goodness, but as I've been going through this first pass, that vanilla is coming out stronger, if anything. I also want to mention that, prior to my current trial with this AL13 Aggressive, I pretty much wrote off aluminum razors, because I've tried the mild and medium Henson in aluminum, the RazorRock Lupo in aluminum, which actually is also a really solid razor, and even the Carve aluminum, which is a really attractive red and black razor. But I had found them all to be too light. But the more I've been using the Henson, I think I'm getting used to it. Maybe the fact that this kind of ups that efficiency a bit, a little bit more blade feel. It gets closer to what I like in my other razors, to the point where the weight doesn't matter as much. So I think I do prefer the weight of a stainless steel or brass razor. I'll know that I'm not totally closed off to the idea of aluminum as a material. Also, for those who might have been inquiring about how can you get this razor, there's a special run that came out through talking with the CEO of Henson on Lather Talk for the podcast. And there actually are still, at the time of recording, a few more razors left. So you can email me over at latherhog@gmail.com if you're interested in getting one. If it has sold out, I will also let you know. But as of early May 2022, there are a few more left. So feel free to message me if you're interested in getting one. All right, so really nice shave. I didn't talk too much about the lather properties. It's a good soap. Actually, off camera, I just tested how residual slickness was with just some kind of loose hairs here on the corners. And there's enough residual slickness in the soap. Overall, I found it really easy to lather up. It's not too fussy. It's pretty straightforward. As far as post-shave feel, I think it's probably like average to above average. Also, can't forget, gonna finish things up with Proraso Red here. Get some in my hand. Both the Proraso Red and Green aftershaves. I think those are two options that I will continue to re-up every time I run out. All right, so final thoughts and wrap up. Crowne Crane, really just a solid shave. Again, a lot of options. This is the only one I've tried so far, Peppered Plum, but really enjoyable. Scent, again, it leans, especially once you've got the lather going, it does lean a little sweet vanilla-like. Not into gourmand territory, so it's not gonna smell like food, but that sweet vanilla, I know it might not be for everyone, so just a heads up. But otherwise, there's a lot of great stuff going on in the scent. Again, it's kind of like in that territory of Asian plum, but it's doing its own thing as well. As far as where I would place Crowne Crane on my tier list, it's kind of very fuzzy in my head, but I'm thinking it's on somewhere on the B tier, maybe around the middle. So it's above average. It's not fussy. It'll be fine. I think the price is pretty attractive. It's a good spot for how much soap you get, and again, tons of scent options. So you'll probably be able to find something that you like. And the Nacet pairing with the Henson Aggressive razor, that's the one to beat so far. I'm really liking this combination. It gets the job done. Don't really get any nicks or cuts with it as well. And just the fact I can go on autopilot, talk to you guys, and not really overthink things, that's a huge plus in my book. Now, I also want to hear from you guys. If you've used Crowne Crane and want to share your thoughts or scent recommendations, drop us a line in the comments down below. Also, I know folks have been receiving their Henson Aggressive razors. I want to hear from you as well. So feel free to sound off what blades are working for you. Is this razor working out for you in general? Let me know. Otherwise, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day and joining me for the shave. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Today's video was made possible in part by our wonderful patrons. For more information about our Patreon, check out patreon.com/lathertalk. You can also check out our Etsy store and pick up a comfy Lather Talk t-shirt or coffee mug. Find all the links down below.